Hello, friends. We're back for your favorite podcast show of the week. It's Location Weekly. This is episode number 661. And we're excited to be with you here. Brianna, how's it going?
It's going. It's like starting to feel like spring, but today's really cold, but it's sunny. I think we're getting some of the colder weather from the Midwest. I was on a call yesterday with someone from Chicago, and they're like, it's snowing outside right now. And I have a feeling it's coming your way. I'm like, don't say that. I'm ready for spring, but I'm good, just a very busy season as it is for all of us and you. How are you? How are your travels?
I'm good. Yeah, I just got back from a bunch of travel. I was in Salt Lake for work, and then I went down to Guyana, down in South America, where my family's from, and spent some time with my parents and other family. And it was lovely and got to see all kinds of things about where they grew up and ate lots of good food and stuff like that. So that was totally worthwhile. And they're getting up there, so probably won't get the chance to do that again. So I enjoyed it. So it was nice. Good to be back. To our followers and listeners out there, we apologize that due to just travel and circumstances, we didn't get you a show last week, but we try not to make that happen very often. I think it's only happened twice now in the history of
I can't remember that ever happening since
12
I've been
years. I
doing
think
the
we've
show,
missed.
but yeah.
I think this is only the second one we've missed in 12 years. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty
okay.
good. Pretty good
It's
stats.
pretty good run. So anyhow, so we've got a good show for you this week. Four stories as per usual, and I'll let Aubriana jump right into it.
Okay, so I'm covering Germany this week, which is kind of fun. But this first story is from a group called Beacons Mind Group, which is a location-based marketing and analytics company. And they have a subsidiary called CADSoft, that's Kadsoft. And at Germany's prestigious opera house, I'm probably going to butcher this name, the Semperoper Dresden, they have done this whole like laser installation, if you will. So what they're calling this is advanced lamp-free laser projection. And so this is performance art. And it's really just like focused on enhancing the visual experience and also operational efficiency of the opera house in general. So they say that this the lamp-free laser projection system, it's like, I don't know, all these different words I had to kind of Google. It's hermetically sealed optical block and filterless design. So what does that mean? It means you get like 20,000 hours of maintenance-free operation. That sounds great, right? Because I don't know that I want to be messing with any hermetically sealed optical block and filterless design. Sounds a little too advanced for me. It also illuminates more stage areas than before, and it's like significantly reducing the need for physical set construction because they can obviously use the lights to project a lot of those visual interesting things and like the props, right? So it's really opening up a whole new world of these creative possibilities for directors and designers. And you know what I thought about this is like kind of cool is we've been experiencing and seeing firsthand all of this generative AI like design where you can be like, show me a unicorn in the middle of a waterfall in Ireland or like whatever, maybe that's top of mind since it was just St. Patrick's Day. But like you can just say what you want it to build and it's there. And this is almost like a physical version of that, right? Where you can design something and help project it, and the possibilities for directors and creators for this opera house are probably so much faster turnover and can just like iterate really quickly, which is cool. They also have like more consistent brightness, color uniformity, and it helps if there's what's a diode failure. So think of like a system failure. It's a very rare event for it to happen with this type of technology. So this is cool for me. I think that the idea of a you know, kind of quick to market creative solution with something that's much more efficient and needs less service and support is an amazing thing. So I think it's cool. I like it.
I like it too. I think it's super interesting. I have a friend of mine here in Toronto who's big in the lighting space, for big concerts and corporate events and things like that. And I certainly have to make him aware of this technology, because it just sounds super interesting and innovative. Beacon's Mind is a company that I've known for a long time now. Was very active in the early days of the LBMA in our German operations. And Max Weiland, who's the founder, have met over the course of our events over there. So it'd be good to reconnect. Would be good to see the Beacons Mind folks out at our Retail Loco event, which will be in Munich in just a few weeks. Um, so that could be great to catch up. But just following these guys over the years, I think what I like about it is that they started as a location-based data analytics company with sensors and things like that. They're still in that space. They provide all kinds of retail analytics, foot traffic analytics, kind of coming over to to this part of the business. So they've done a number of acquisitions as well, right? Over the years, they've acquired, Wi-Fi hotspot companies, and digital signage technology and all sorts of things. So, I think one of the things in this specific space, with this division of the company, the CADSoft, subsidiary, is they're in the display business. So the retail network business that we talk about all the time, I think, is hot right now. Um, they also have technology for doing um, computer vision, so camera, like sort of video-based counting analytics, so foot traffic analytics from video cameras, let's call it. So, they're very well-rounded, location data analytics, but beyond that, a hardware, innovator as well. And I think this story, makes that clearly evident. And I love to see companies just constantly pushing the boundaries and adding new capabilities to their portfolio. So I like it as well, and I think it's this specific offering around this projection type of system, I think, is very interesting and could change the game for a lot of players in the industry, in the events and corporate and entertainment event space. So I like it. Thanks. All right, moving on. So we're on to our second story now. So I get to talk about one of my favorite products to consume, which is the Reese peanut butter cup. You can't go wrong with a Reese peanut butter cup. And here's the funny thing is peanut butter on its own, I'm not a big fan of necessarily, but peanut butter in a chocolate cup, like that's a big thing. So back around the Super Bowl, or leading up to the Super Bowl, they launched this new combination called the Reese Caramel Big Cup. And so this is like, a giant size cup, but they've added caramel into it. So I always, first of all, like when you see these innovations, I'm like, why mess with perfection, right? Like, okay, well, like, do we need caramel in the cup? First of all, I don't know. But what's really cool about it is the way that they put the campaign together to promote this. And so they really went all out here with a combination of AR technology and image recognition technology. And AR, not in a consumer application, in a sort of B2B, back of office operation. So what they did is like in all the sort of, let's say, convenience stores and places like that they want to sell this product, is they would go in with a tablet, and they would go into a store and like work with the store operations person or the manager, and through augmented reality, in much the same way that you see like these IKEA furniture type of applications, where you can like see an item in a catalog and then scan the floor and then position the item like in your actual house and see what it's going to look like. This is what they're doing with their product displays in stores. So like they're there and they're saying, hey, like we got this Reese, big cup, caramel cup display, how's that going to look in your store? Is it in the right position? let's visualize that in advance using augmented reality. So I think that that's really interesting in itself. And then once they're done with that, then they snap a photo, and that's where the image recognition comes in, where they can identify the specific piece of merchandise in the exact location. And then they can use this to, help to track sales, inventory, and things like that in real time. So I love how they're taking technologies that we talk about every day on this show, image recognition, augmented reality. Typically we're talking about them in a consumer application, like scan the cereal box and something comes to life, or Lego comes with instructions on how to put it together for the kids, or all that. Here we're talking about like business, B2B applications of these technologies in, I think, a very useful way. So I'm super excited about that. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the only thing I would really add is I feel like, you think of the territory sales representatives that are going into these retailer stores and placing these like, end caps or pop-ups or like specialty boxes that they've put together for these items. And they want to know like if where they placed it was effective at driving sales or if there's a better place in the future. So I think that the idea that they can go back to that and look at specific stores where things were placed and then how they performed in terms of sales numbers is a data component that they didn't necessarily have before. So I like that they can use this for future rollouts. They can do it for like just kind of understanding. I would say simple like numbers, right? Like what are our benchmarks? Benchmarking numbers. I think that's like a great ad for anybody who's simply is a numbers game, right? Like how many more units can I sell out of how many more stores that I cover? So I think that that's a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, and like if you're listening, guys, and you want to send me some samples of the new Big Cup, I'm all in. You're already my favorite chocolate, so let's keep going.
I love it. Okay,
All right.
so